everybody, and welcome to week 5 of the high school football season. And football is about tradition, and it has become one of my traditions to stop by and visit the Parkland TV studios here at beautiful Parkland High School. Always joined by some great young ladies here. One of my favorite shows of the year, and this is a great week to talk to anybody about high school football. I think it's the best week of the season. We have traditional rivalry matchups, usually reserved for week 10. Changed up the schedule a bit this year, and we have a lot of week 5 rivalry games. Who do I have here with me today?
I'm Abby.
I'm Allie.
Abby and Allie, okay. I'm Keith Groller, by the way. We are excited for this week. Are you guys excited?
I'm so excited to see what's going to come up with Parkland and Naz, and also other games with the rivalry.
Besides Parkland Nazareth, is there any game that you're particularly curious about?
Probably the Bethlehem Catholic and Central, just because they're both two private schools in the sense, so I think they have a rivalry too.
It's called the Holy War, by the way.
Yes.
It's very intense.
It's very, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
This is one of those weeks, guys, where I wish I could be about 5 different places. Honestly, I wish I was here. I wish I was at Emmaus. I will be. One game breaks off to Saturday, so I will get to see Becca hosting Central Catholic, but Northampton, Whitehall. There's so many great matchups this weekend. Should we get into them? Are you ready?
Yep.
And again, you're Abby and you're Allie.
Yep.
Okay. Abby, well, let's get your first take on this one. East Stroudsburg North is at Pocono West. They're both 1-3 football teams. West coming off a kind of a disappointing loss. They were just dominated by Whitehall. North gave Deer a fits, but lost at the final minute. Your thoughts on North and West? We got the Timberwolves and the Panthers.
East Stroudsburg typically has a stronger offense with their record, so I predict that East Stroudsburg is going to win, with both the teams being on the younger side, I would say, and their win last year against them. So I think with their record last year, they're going to win.
So you like East Stroudsburg North?
Yes.
I think both teams are very young, so they're both at like a disadvantage, but I do think East Stroudsburg North is going to pull ahead and end up winning.
You know, if you believe in trends, I think North is trending in the right direction. They beat Allen 2 weeks ago. They gave Deer a fits. I don't know what happened with West and Whitehall. I was expecting West to, if not win the game, be very competitive. They were dominated. I'm going to go with East Stroudsburg North as well. All right, this one, who would have thunk this? Who would have thunk this back in, I don't know, like August 15th? The Liberty Hurricanes were 2-8 last season. The Deer Huskies were 3-7 last season. As they enter this matchup Friday night at J. Bernie Crum Stadium, the Hurricanes are 4-0 and the Huskies are 4-0. I say that with pride. I am a Deer grad. Everybody knows that. So unbelievable, 4-0 against 4-0. Who would have thought this? I'll let you kick this one off, Allie.
I definitely think because of their rough schedule last year and how bad of their record was, it'll be like difficult for them, but I do think Liberty is going to beat Deer from this.
Abby?
I think Liberty will need a solid game plan for DRF's momentum with their record, but considering DRF's form, they might be the favorites to win here, not DRF.
Yeah, I think, now they played a really good game week 1 last year. Deer had a significant injury early in that football game. It was still like a 1-score game at the end. Liberty's playing really good football. Really good football. They have so many weapons. If you look at their body of work over Deer's body of work, I think Liberty's been more impressive. I'm going to go, sadly for my Huskies, I'm going Hurricanes in this one. All right, another one from the north, Pocono Mountain East, the Cardinals 0-4, but they gave Central some problems on Saturday night, taking on Stroudsburg 2-2. Stroudsburg was just run over by Emmaus last week. Any thoughts on this one, Allie?
So I do know that Pocono Mountain East has a junior wide receiver, Justin Williams.
Yeah,
who
he's good.
He's like, I think he averaged last time 99.7 receiving yards per game, and I think that'll be tough to beat combined with everything else. So I do have
You go Cardinal?
Pocono Mountain East.
I'm going to go with Allie here and say the Cardinals are going to pull out a win. When you just have a wide receiver like that on your offense, it's really hard to have a defense to kind of combat that.
I think this is going to be our first disagreement. I was impressed with East, honestly, Saturday night. Rocco Del Guidice, I hope I got that name right. He's a fantastic athlete. He made plays with his arm. He made plays with his feet. But Stroudsburg Stroudsburg is going to bounce back. I just have a feeling they gave Liberty some problems a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go Stroudsburg in this one. All right, now let's get closer to home. Let's get closer to the heart of the Lehigh Valley here. This is a huge one. The Easton Red Rovers. We talk about Liberty. We talk about their turning things around. Well, definitely Easton has turned things around. They lost a competitive game in week 1. They've won 3 straight. Emmaus also lost a competitive game in week 1. They've won 3 straight. So we have 2 teams, not only 3-1, but they're on 3-game winning streaks. This one is at the Hornets' Nest. And, you know, I go to know you guys have some feeling toward the Emmaus folks. But, Abby, I'll start with you this time. Emmaus is home against Easton.
I would definitely say both teams are known for their tough competition. Emmaus traditionally has a very strong defense, which could be the deciding factor. If they manage to contain Easton's offense, I think that Emmaus will pull out a win here.
I do think I paid attention to like the game last year. Emmaus did beat Easton like 41-12 last year, so I think that is going to like be in the Red Rovers' heads thinking about that. I do think Emmaus will win.
I tell you what, guys, so this is a flip the coin game. I mean this. I have no idea who's going to win this football game. I do know that Harold Fairclough, the Emmaus coach, and Matt Seneca, the Easton coach, they're old buddies. They went to Central Catholic together in the 90s. I believe that Seneca was on Fairclough's staff at one point in time. They know each other well. I think it's a home field game. I think people don't like to play at Emmaus. I think if this game was at Cottingham, I'd go Easton for sure. But it is at Emmaus by a field goal, and they have a good field goal kicker, Will Buck. I think Emmaus wins this game. Okay, Northampton, 2 rivals of yours. You have all kind of rivals here at Parkland.
We have many.
Northampton Concrete Kids against the 2-2 Concrete Kids. They lost the heartbreaker to Liberty last week. Taking on maybe a revitalized Whitehall team. Whitehall 0-3, but then they come up with a big win on the road at Pocono West last week. So they're 1-3. They're feeling good about themselves. I'll start with you, Allie.
I do think Northampton is going to beat Whitehall in this, just because Whitehall has lost 3 games, and even though they are coming off a win, I don't think they'll be ready to face Northampton.
Okay, I tend to agree, but go ahead.
Northampton has had a mixed season this year with losing to Parkland. Whitehall is playing with stronger coming off of that momentum, but I really think that Northampton is going to pull out a win here.
I like Northampton as well. Whitehall, they're in districts no matter what. There's only 4 teams in District 11 5A. They're going to be in the playoffs. They were injury plagued early. Carter Trox was a great player for them. I do think Northampton, after the heartbreak over at Liberty, I think they bounce back. All right, the Holy War, Saturday night. They're honoring, by the way, folks, the 1974 Bethlehem Catholic football team, which was undefeated. That team, by the way, featured 2 guys who went on to the NFL, John Spagnuolo, who played for the Eagles for many years, and Mike Gooman, who played for the Rams. Of course, he also played at Penn State University. The Vikings they don't like each other very much, guys. And a lot of these people don't like each other. I mean, we could talk about the rivalry between the Concrete Kids and the Zephyrs, but these people truly don't like each other. And Becca really took it to Central in last year's District 11 championship game. 29-0 was the final. 2 weeks earlier, Central beat them. You talk about a turnaround. Central really wants revenge. I'm not sure they're good enough to get that revenge. I will start with you, Abby.
I definitely, like you said, their rivalry definitely sparks, I would say, a fire underneath them to always play better. Bethlehem Catholic is a tough component. I think this could definitely be a close game for high stakes with both of the teams' records. But I'm going to go with Allentown Central Catholic on this one.
Okay.
I think both teams will have a fire under them to try and beat. It's a big rivalry. It's like Emmaus and Parkland. So I do think ACC is going to come out on top of Becca.
Man, again, another flip the coin game. I'll tell you, first of all, I'll say this. I don't think either one of these teams are where they want to be. They're 2-2. Neither is playing what I would call great football. They certainly have time to get their act together before the postseason arrives, and they could meet again in November. I man, it's a tough one. I think the revenge factor, Central did not like. I mean, that game, the 29-0 loss in the district final was a motivating factor all last offseason. Nothing they thought of more was that how they were embarrassed that night. I think the Vikings get revenge, although it will be close. I think it will be a close game. I'm going to go Vikings. All right. And then the big one right here at Parkland on Friday night. It should be packed. What can I say about Nazareth Parkland that hasn't already been said? They delivered 2 unbelievable games last year. Parkland won the first one in the regular season. Nazareth won a thriller. Both games went down to the final play, the final seconds. Unbelievable. Now Parkland is 3-1. Nazareth is 3-1. Both losses in those records to Freedom, which right now we didn't put the Patriots on the board this week only because we think they're going to handle Allen fairly easily. But ladies, Parkland, Nazareth, perhaps the biggest game of the season. Abby, I'm going to turn to you.
I think when we have this game, Nazareth and Parkland, we both know we have very good players on both teams, but when you have players like Peyton Falzone going to Virginia Tech and Marquise Wimberly and Caleb Newsom
going to Lafayette,
yeah, going to Lafayette, I think it's definitely hard when, I would say Parkland has a fairly younger team losing some players, so it's definitely going to be hard mentally going up against big players. But I do think Parkland, with that fire under them again, losing, is going to pull out a win.
So you're going Trojans.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to assume that our good friend, our dear friend, Allie is going to go Trojans because she's wearing, now it's a Parkland basketball sweater, but she's got Parkland in her attire here.
I do unfortunately think that while it will be a close game, Nazareth will pull ahead of Parkland in the end. Some may call him a traitor. I call him Marquise Wimberly. He did play for us freshman year, but then transferred over to Nazareth. Him combined with Caleb Newsom and Peyton Falzone. Marquise is a 3-star commit. Falzone is a 4-star commit. I think Nazareth will pull ahead on this one and beat Parkland.
You are a Parkland student.
I am a Parkland student.
Come on, I would like to get the Trojan in. Maybe we have a little.
Let's see his opinion.
Your opinion? Who's going to win the game? Oh, okay. Is she a traitor? Is she a traitor for going Nazareth? What do you think? You don't know what to think. Hey, but I'm going to make a friend here. I think Parkland bounces back. I think Parkland gets it done. Nazareth is injury plagued. If they meet again in November, I'm not going to say, we'll see where they're at that point. But I think Parkland, a little bit healthier, right? Healthier, stronger. They got more of their regular people in there. I'm going Trojans in a tight one. I'm going to let you, Allie, be the villain today. That's a role I usually play. But I'm going to go Parkland in a really good game, a fun game. You know, the Parkland, can I just say something about the Parkland band? Everybody knows Keith Groller loves the Liberty Band, the Grenadier Band. Love them. I'd rather see them than just about anybody in music. But I like your band this year. Wow, are they good?
Yes.
Would they do that medley? What's the medley they do this year? But I forget who it is, but it knocks my socks off. I think I got to see them once. So I'm going to catch the Parkland band again. And I will see Parkland often. I'm not sure I'm going to be at the game this week. There's so many good ones to choose from. But I wish you guys the best. And I wish you good with your prediction. And I don't know what to say about you.
We'll see.
Troj, what do you think? I mean, just, we going to let her back in at some point, you think? All right, well, he's thinking about it. All right, hey, thank you, Parkland TV. Folks, you guys are the best. I wish every high school had a program like yours. You guys knock it out of the park. Let's keep this tradition going. I hope to be back here next year. And keep up the good work, Allie and Abby. And you too, Trojan. We'll see you at the games this weekend. Should be a fantastic weekend, everybody. We'll see you with another round of predictions next week. Thank you so much for joining us.